You're now listening to Off the Collar, powered by Backswing Golf Events.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Off the Collar. It's your morning scroll back here with Nick Johnson and Shelby Brockmuller. I'm getting better at saying that name.
You're killing it.
I have a teleprompter right here, and it just tells
Just
phonet
tells the name
how to.
phonetically.
Well, cheers. Ooh, that's
Cheers.
loaded. Yeah, it is 4th of July. Happy 4th. Almost 4th.
Yeah, happy 4th.
Actually, it might be. How time is it there? It's pretty late where you are.
11:05 right now.
Okay, so
It's close.
by the time we're done with this, it'll be pretty close to 4th of July.
Yeah.
Well, it was a interesting week and weekend. I feel like I'm losing track of every day now that I've been in San Diego for a little bit. But how's the move? You got kind of settled. Your setup is new and different.
Yeah. We got all new stuff. We are in a new house, new setup. We got things rolling. This weekend was a crazy with the move. Just trying to get everything set up, and we just got Wi-Fi today, like probably 5 hours ago. So I've been hanging out at the house with no Wi-Fi, and let me tell you, it is brutal. You don't realize how much you rely on that until you don't have it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was dealing with last week. I mean, I'm still kind of dealing with it. I think I've just made my peace with it at this point, and it's kind of leveled out.
You're like, it is what it is.
The Wi-Fi and I have a mutual agreement now that it's like, you're going to allow me to download some stuff, but it's going to take a little bit longer. And
exactly.
Every time maybe you weren't old enough for this, but whenever I like see something buffering in my head, I hear like the AOL like chime. Do you remember that when it would just like you're just like, all right. I remember being a kid and you could like start doing something on the internet or like booting it up and just listen to that sound and go do something else and wait for it to like come back.
Yep. And you're like, let me wait for a little while.
Oh, it was brutal back in the day. AOL, are they even around anymore?
I don't think so.
Did you have
Let's hope not.
Did you have an AIM back in the day?
Oh gosh, I think everybody did.
I don't remember what mine was.
I don't think I was supposed to because I was so young, but I had one.
Yeah, you were a baby.
Just like when MySpace
you were probably
came
like
out.
4 years old. MySpace.
Yeah.
Well, stoked that you got into the place. It's looking good. Doing some adulting. I've been playing a lot of golf, which is unusual. Not any good.
Hey.
I've shot 379s in a row, which is
that's not awful.
No, it's just
but it's not the best.
It's very it's consistent but inconsistent.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't figure out the driver right now, which is kind of frustrating. I got that new Cobra driver, and I just can't.
Oh, did you?
Can't figure it out, and part of it is like I have a driver in Austin that I really like, so
yeah.
And a lot of my buddies have that, so I have to watch them hit it dead straight, and then I have to go hit it straight with something I know I don't particularly like. I like it fine. I just haven't been practicing and haven't had the time to dial it in like I would like. But you know something's wrong when I'm hitting like 30-yard slices. Like that's not my.
Yeah, that's not. There's an issue there.
Yeah. So either way, San Diego's been great. I had to wear a sweatshirt and pants today, so.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that right now because we've had 95 degrees. I actually got in my car today. It said 102, and I was like, I want to die right now.
Yeah, I've been away for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I feel like I should have installed some sort of camera at my place because I haven't been really gone for this long yet since I lived there. So I'm like, and it's hot. I'm like, hopefully everything is okay.
In order.
Yeah, I mean, I can control like the AC from my phone, and I have it on like an away setting, so that's fine. But I don't know. I had like food and stuff that I tried to like put away, the best I could because
Yeah.
I knew I'd be gone. And I put like ant traps out because I'm having like an ant problem because of the heat.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully those worked.
Yeah, the mosquitoes here are outrageous right now.
Yeah,
They're so bad. I can't even walk outside to let the dog out without getting bit. It's like
yeah.
the worst
You gotta spray.
possible thing.
You gotta spray that out on or whatever it's called. Off,
Yeah, off.
off, um, off on.
I love that you don't know bug spray because you live in places that don't have to use bug spray. That is crazy to me.
Yeah, Austin was the first time I've had to use it, and really the only time. Well, it took me like a couple weeks to realize I needed to get some.
Yeah.
But it was because it was the most random reasoning. I went to a maze, like one of those light up mazes. Have you seen those? I'll
No.
send you a picture. It's like the whole field is just lit up, and you're supposed to walk it like this trail at
Yeah.
nighttime. It was really really
That's cool.
pretty. But when you're outdoors at night and there's a bunch of lights around, you're probably going to attract some bugs. So
Yes. Immediately.
I got just destroyed by mosquitoes, and that's what made me realize I had to get bug spray. So either way, we learned our lesson.
Yes.
Um, well, what happened in the golf this weekend? I was just watching it. Did you, in all your moving, get to watch any of it?
Yeah, we had it on in the background a little bit. We watched the playoff holes and that's just about it.
Okay, I'll give
So,
a quick little play-by-play because I didn't have a chance to watch the back nine at all until
yeah.
literally just now. But I saw the playoff holes and saw the highlights, so I knew what was going to
Yeah.
happen. But I didn't realize. So it was basically down to like three guys: Morikawa, Hadwin, and Rickie. And Rickie was
Yeah.
kind of struggling. Like on 15 and 16, he hit it in the rough, and it was hard to know if he was really going to be in contention.
Yeah.
It looked like one of those classic, like he was going to fade away while these guys stole
Yeah.
it. But he went, kind of cut the corner on 18, had it, I think it was a pitching wedge. It was like 145 or something, and hits it to like
Mhm.
3 feet, makes it to get in the playoff,
Yeah.
which is awesome for him. Like he definitely needed. He was going to do it eventually,
Yeah.
but he definitely needed something good to go his way, and I think that was, you know, the sign of things to come. And then
Right.
obviously in the playoff, he hits this incredible like recovery shot to what was it, like 20 feet, something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
The other two guys missed their birdie attempts, and maybe it helped that I think Hadwin had like putted before him, gave
Yeah.
him like a read a little bit,
Gave him the line for sure.
right? And snuck. I didn't think he honestly made it, but he snuck it in the bottom portion of
Yeah.
the cup, and you could see
Sure
the
did.
relief on his face. Like he just looks straight up at the sky,
Yeah.
like his shoulders just like drop out of like a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's been 4 years.
I
That's
know.
crazy to me.
Yeah, they
It
were.
doesn't feel that long.
It doesn't. No, I mean it's been pretty open about his struggles the last couple of
Yeah.
years, just because whether it's right or wrong, he is in the public eye very heavily with all his commercials and
Yeah.
everything he
Yep.
does. So even the slightest, I think he's done a good job of keeping his life semi-private.
Yeah.
Um, he just keeps to his family and to himself to a certain
Yeah.
degree, right?
For sure.
But it was very cool to see him just finally get there, and hopefully he keeps going. Like, hopefully this isn't just
Yeah, it
like
keeps that up.
he just like, oh, I did it, I'm kind of done, right?
Yeah. For
But
real.
I think he's in a good spot for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And they were talking so much about Adam Hadwin getting like tackled at the
Yeah.
RBC. Oh man, that guy's not going to be
What a
able to play.
great story.
He's not going to be able to play a single event without that coming up. Like, if he plays well, it's going to come up. They're going to keep showing
immediately.
it.
But it's like the best replay ever in golf. Like, that is. It's like never. I don't think it's ever happened before. Just to see a player get tackled.
Like, laid out, and then not only like
literally laid out,
but also get like support from the other security guards that like it seemed like that was the right move. I don't understand any of the logic. The guy had a champagne bottle the size of him. Like, what kind of
he was already in the ropes.
Man,
that
security guard just saw red and just went for it.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, this is my shining moment right here."
Man, I want to know.
He failed miserably.
I want to know what happened to that security guard so bad.
I know, me too. I want to know the conversation those two had later.
I'm sure it was fine. Hopefully,
that's just sheer embarrassment.
That's one thing I feel like about golf, that stuff like that gets pushed under the rug so quickly. Where like if something like that happened in another sport, they'd still be talking about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they'd be like, all of a sudden that security guard is like a celebrity.
For sure.
He's got his own
immediate
Instagram
celebrity
following and everything. But yeah, cool tournament for him. The other news was Bernhard Langer just running away with the senior U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. He's 60, almost 66. That's like older than my parents. It's crazy.
It's crazy because I played in college with his daughter.
Oh, really? Is she any good?
Yeah, when I was at Marshall. She was good. She was super nice. And then he was just walking along the sidewalk watching her. I was like,
I know
that guy.
Know that specific walk, and
I know that guy.
Yeah, it was very cool to see him. I mean, he could. I didn't finish like the last few holes, but I did see it like the leaderboard and saw like what he made. He bogeyed the last 3 holes and still won by like 3 or 4.
That's crazy.
And I was lucky enough to have Harry Rudolph on the podcast last week.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Who you'll meet. He's awesome. He's been, someone I've looked up to since I was a little kid. He grew up in La Jolla in San Diego, in the same area, and at the same golf course that I grew up playing at and still a member at. So, I think I was telling you, he's been on the senior tour for 3 years. I think he's 53. So yeah, seen a little success, but this year has definitely been more consistent and more solid. He's played, I think he was saying like 5 events this year, and he played 5 events all of last year. So he's definitely, making the right steps and going the right direction.
Taking it up a notch.
Yeah. And this was his 3rd U.S. Open in a row that he's played in, U.S. Senior Open. And he had to Monday or sectional qualify into each one, which is probably even crazier
that is crazy
that he's been able to, he won in a playoff against, I don't know why I'm thinking Billy Mayfair. It was in Arizona at Arizona Country Club. Anyway, we'll have a full episode with him come out this Friday, which was our first like on course. I've done a few on course things so far, but our first like on course during a tournament podcast, and it was a little challenging. We're able to make it work with him. I was concerned and wanting to make him still like get prepared for the tournament, right? I don't want to be in the way at all.
You didn't want to interrupt his practice time and all that,
right? And he was very gracious to give us like he more or less reached out to me as like, Nick, this I qualified for the Open. This would be awesome to have on the podcast. I'm like, I think it was kind of half jokingly at first, and then we're like, why not?
Yeah.
Let's try it and see what happens. And it
How
turned
cool
out,
is that?
yeah, it turned out good. We had Ernie Els on the podcast.
Nice little feature there.
Yeah, he was playing with Ernie Els and Bob May in the practice round on Wednesday, and Bob May is like the infamous, I think it was 1999, 2000, 2001 PGA Championship against Tiger
Yeah.
in that playoff. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Where he's like Tiger wins and he's pointing like towards the hole.
Yep.
Um, Probably one of the most iconic like Tiger Woods step towards the hole moments. Um, so it was a cool little ordeal. They gave their two bits for a second, and got to watch them hit a couple shots. Ernie gave me some shit about my San Diego hat, my Padres hat.
Which he should.
Which why? What's wrong with
uh,
my Padres?
I'll keep my 2 cents to myself.
Come on, put your money where your mouth is. You already threw it out
Oh,
there. Just because
oh
they're one of the
gosh.
most inconsistent teams right now,
They're
um,
extremely inconsistent.
they're fun to watch and they have cool hats.
You can have your cool hats. I'll keep my much better team.
What is your team down there?
We're Rays fans. I grew up at like going to the Rays games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, they dropped off for a little while there, but
I'm waiting to see where this is where I'm supposed to
but
feel envious.
I was at the World Series game when they played against the Phillies, and that was just like the coolest thing I've ever done. It was just me and my dad at these games, and we sat in like the fancy club seats and got to watch all the games and all the playoffs, and it was cool.
Nice.
But so I'm a Rays fan.
Okay. Well,
But my brother-in-law is also a baseball player, so any team he's on, that's our
okay,
team.
that's cool. What team is he playing for right now?
So he actually just got released from the Red Sox and then went to Kansas City, and then he actually got Tommy John surgery.
Oh, no.
So yeah, so he's coming back this year, and we're waiting to see which team he's going to be on. So fingers crossed.
All right.
But we'll see.
Very cool. There's professional sports everywhere these days.
There is.
That's awesome. There was somebody I played with recently who was a baseball player. Oh, it was during my Saquon episode, but it's not really neither here nor there. Kind of totally lost my train of thought there for a second. Anyway, it's been a long day.
It has.
That's why we're having
a
drink.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have. No, don't like how that sounded.
No.
Well, Shelby and I just had the biggest brain fart in the world. I don't know where that came from. I think with a little bit of it being a holiday and Shelby basically moving all week, and
Yep.
Maybe this beer is hitting my head a little bit more than I thought it was. But we had a total just brain fart and then had a meditation session together for a minute. So
we just needed a moment.
And welcome back to the show. Continue with your regularly scheduled program. It has been a little difficult trying to do these podcasts when I don't have my normal setup. I don't have any surfboards behind me. I don't.
Yeah, it's really throwing me off.
I don't have my my shotgun spinner anywhere. Although, it turned out kind of sick when I did it in May's episode, where it's just
I liked that.
It's like right in there. Kind of surprised myself on that one. that I was
Yeah, you
able
did a
to.
good job with that.
Not too bad actually. A little bit of movie magic. Although I pointed here and the thing like was over there, but it's okay. It
It'll all buff out.
only I know that stuff. I probably shouldn't
Yeah,
have exposed myself on the podcast, but it's
it's okay. We
that's
won't
what
hold it
we're
against you.
that's what we're all about here is just
Yeah,
being real, I guess, and
we are
seeing
the
wherever the
realist.
freak happens. What do you have planned for the fourth? Are you
Well,
moving more
tomorrow.
stuff in?
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of organizing in the house basically all week. And then I think tomorrow we're just going to hang out. We're going to finally get a relaxing day and hang out by the pool and drink some drinks and eat some good food. And I think that's about it. What about you?
Sounds about right. Yeah, I am actually playing golf in the morning,
Nice.
which I'm not really sure why. I mean
I know. I
I
told
want
my
to play.
trainer I would go work out at 6:45 in the morning, and now I'm regretting that. So
Good for you.
yeah,
That'll
dedication.
that's
I
dedication.
guess. I guess.
I played golf at 7:40 on Saturday or on Sunday, which is
Ew,
early. Like,
you're dew sweeping.
yeah, I haven't played that early in a long time.
Yeah.
That was such a weird round. Did I mention that round to you already?
No.
Oh my god, I literally didn't make a par till hole 7.
Oh,
Like bogey, birdie, bogey,
interesting.
birdie, bogey, birdie. Like it was ridiculous.
A very much roller coaster of a round.
Yeah, and then I don't think I made my third par until like 14 or 15. So it just kept going. We
Throughout
were
the whole thing.
yeah, we were joking in our group that I just wasn't. I was determined not to make a par all day, and then I think I finished with like 5 straight pars. But it was it's
You're like,
been
finally, I'm on a
oh
streak.
my god, it's been the rust has been real. It's but it's all good. It's great for the handicap because I post terrible scores and I'm actually playing like halfway
Yeah,
decent for
it
like
helps you.
half the round. I just fall asleep for the other half.
There you
So I'll be good. Do you have any backswing events coming up, or do you have
go.
anything you're gonna plan?
I have a couple backswing events coming up. I have one June, or we're not in June anymore.
Mm-mm.
We're straight up in July.
We're going
So
back in
I have
time.
one. I know. I have one in July 11th, I believe, is the next one. That one will be in, I think, Longboat Key. So I'll be there
Where the heck is that?
enjoying the nice. It's like probably an hour and a half south of here.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that. I do know I have one coming up at Ennisbrook, and I'm super stoked for that one. So that'll be a good one. Hopefully, it's on Copperhead. I'm not entirely sure,
That'll be fun.
but yeah.
This is super random, but this is the first time I've seen my haircut on camera,
Yeah,
and I'm not a
I was
fan.
about to ask. No,
No, I had the worst. This is probably the worst haircut I've had in a long time.
is it not? Is it because you weren't at your normal barber? That's
No,
such a guy thing.
that's definitely yeah. I mean, it's great when you have a normal guy because you know what you're gonna get every time. And
Mm-hmm.
I definitely had I I had that for a while. I used to drive actually up to LA to see this girl in downtown LA where my sister lived
Yeah,
because she was that good and consistent. But then she moved, so haven't found anyone since. But
threw you off.
yeah, but no, I went to like Floyd's. Do you guys have Floyd's in Florida? The
No.
chain. So it's kind of like a hippie, like they always play rock music type of barbershop,
Yeah.
but you can get so many random like hairstylists. And I was just, I'm only in town for a little bit, so I just picked a random person when I was booking it, and
Yeah.
they gave me like the oldest woman in the shop. It was
I
also
love
like
that for you.
she was also like really nervous and really slow. Like normally my haircuts take maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Hers took like 45.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ours take about 3 hours. So
I know, but you guys don't get them as often. It's definitely harder being
you'd
a
be
girl.
surprised.
It's hard. It's harder
Yeah.
being a girl for hair because it's way more expensive. Like
I'm
my.
glad we got that on recording. I don't think I've ever heard a man say that.
That it's harder to be a girl for hair,
Yes.
or just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah. No.
So I'm glad we got that on
I'll
recording.
I'll give you that one. When you guys get your hair done, it's like a full ordeal. Like I'm
Yeah.
surprised you guys don't bring like a Camelback with water in it, so you're just like
I mean, I
hydrated
should.
the whole time.
I should.
Yeah, maybe you'll start turn it into a sport.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. It feels like a sport. I've been sitting in that chair forever.
I've
It's
actually,
wild.
I can relate because I've actually had some struggles with my hair and sat in a chair for a long time. So maybe that's the other side of the coin is I've gone through it. I've seen what you
Yep.
guys deal with to a certain degree.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want me to get into that story?
Maybe. Maybe we'll
Well,
save it for another day.
yeah, maybe we'll save it for another
Yeah.
day. We'll make people question. How's your search going, by the way? Have you found anything?
It's going. It's very difficult. You don't give me much.
Well, that's the point. That's the
I
point. I
know,
think
but I'm determined to find it.
it went up in view count. I checked it. What was it? A couple days ago. Whatever. It went up like 6 views somehow. Although they could all be me.
Maybe.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. But now I need to know.
Yeah.
If anybody out there is seeing this video and you're not showing it to me, I'm going to be very upset. If you found it before I did and didn't say something, I'm going to be very sad.
There's no way you find it before. Well, I should rephrase that. There's no way anyone finds it and doesn't show it to somebody because it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a movie stuck
good.
in my head. But anyway, I think we got an episode coming out Friday, so let's get ready for that. With Harry Rudolph III. Sounds weird saying that because I definitely never call him that. Known him since I was literally 5, so don't ever refer to him by the official name.
Yep.
But he will be on. Then we have another on-course the week after that, and then we got a few backswingers behind that. So we're looking in good shape. We got some exciting things
stacked
coming
schedule.
out. Yeah. I got some merchandise. We got to go over that too. That's gonna be. I had a glass of wine and some Canva the other night, so just kind of went after it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Kind of brought me to tears a little bit. It was an emotional night. No, it was.
Wine will do that to you.
It was more the Canva. I didn't even drink the wine.
Canva will also
I was just so. My artwork just brought me to tears. Well, anyway, thank you guys for listening. Sorry, this one's been a bit of a ramble. I think Shelby and I are due for some much needed relaxing time tomorrow.
Yes.
Have a great 4th of July. Well, it'll be past 4th of July when you guys hear this, but hopefully you guys are staying safe. And for our next episode, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. YouTube now is going to be our video and audio. Audio only on Spotify and Apple Music for those of you that just like listening to us. A little bit more convenient that way. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next installment.
See ya.
This has been Off the Collar, powered by Backswing Golf Events.